to Alaskan Homemaker. I'm Mary. Today we're going to make egg roll in a bowl freezer meal, and I'm going to make 2 of them, so I'm doubling all of the ingredients. So I'm going to use 2 pounds of Italian sausage. You can use ground pork, Italian sausage, breakfast sausage, or if you don't like pork, you can use ground beef. So we're going to start browning up our sausage. Okay, we're gonna break this up and brown it up as it thaws, and we're gonna go ahead and get started on shredding our cabbage up. I have a small head of cabbage, and this will be enough for both of our egg roll in a bowl dinner. Okay, and now we're gonna slice our carrots. I've got 5 carrots, and they're pretty big, large carrots, so just use how many carrots that you think you want to have in your egg roll in a bowl. If they're on the smaller side, you might want to use more than me. All the leaf off. Split this in half and get the core out. And I've got 2 bowls here, and I'm going to put 1/2 of the cabbage in each of the bowls. Trying to slice it as thin as I can into shreds. If you don't want to do the shredding of the carrots and the cabbage, you can get one of those bags of coleslaw mix in the produce section and use that. Now we're going to chop our meat up a little bit more. It's still a bit frozen. And so we're going to cut these little ends off. I've got my shredder here. Okay, now I'm going to pick all of the big chunks out. This is a manual shredder, so it doesn't get all of it, but it's okay because you can use this for soup or to make broth. You can freeze the little scraps until you're ready to make broth. So I'm just going to get the bigger hunks out, or you can shred it up with your knife. Now I'm going to divide these carrots between both of these bowls. Ooh, here's another hunk of carrots. A couple. Get those out. We'll keep letting that brown up, and we'll start working on our sauce. I've got some of my garlic puree here, and I'm going to use 2 cloves of garlic per recipe. So I'm going to chop some garlic off. It's frozen. I need a little more for this other one. Okay, that will go in that one. And I've got my frozen ginger. I shred up ginger and freeze it, the fresh ginger. So I'm going to get out 1 tablespoon for each recipe. So I've got about 2 tablespoons here. I'm going to chop this up a little bit finer. That way no one gets like a really huge hunk of ginger. Okay, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put half into each. We're going to get 1 tablespoon of brown sugar into each one. Two tablespoons of soy sauce, and I'm using liquid aminos. And we're going to use 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. And I've got some gochujang. It's Korean red pepper flakes. So we're going to put a little pinch of that in each one. Okay, and then we're going to give each of these a mix. The garlic's going to take a little bit to thaw out. But our meat needs to cool down before we mix it with our coleslaw stuff, our cabbage and our carrots that have been shredded. So that'll give the garlic time to thaw out. I'm going to continue browning up the sausage and let it cool down, and then I'll bring you back. Our meat is all browned up nicely, and I drained off most of the grease into a glass jar, but I'm going to put some paper towels in the bottom of this bowl to catch any excess extra grease. Okay, I'm gonna let this meat mixture cool, and I've got my cabbage and carrot bowls inside the refrigerator, our shredded cabbage and carrots, and then I'll bring you back after this sausage is cooled down. Our sausage has cooled down, so we're gonna go ahead and get these mixed up. Okay, so I'm gonna put half of the meat in each bowl. We've got our sauces here. And now we're going to give these a mix. I'm going to write on these. I'm going to put them in gallon freezer bags. Okay, egg roll in a bowl. And today is June 29th. Don't y'all love freezer meals? They are so handy. I'm going to tuck the top down a little bit like that, so that way this zipper part won't get all dirty. I'm stuffing it inside. And my hands are clean, so this smaller bowl, I'm just gonna mix it with my hands. Okay. Open that up and start getting this into the bag. This smells so good. It tastes really good too. Okay, now I'm going to zip it up most of the way, but leave a little spot for air to escape, and I'm going to squish it flat and then try to get as much air out as possible, because then it'll prevent freeze or burn. And then zip it up the rest of the way. So here's one. Okay. And now I'm just going to freeze these flat on a cookie sheet. That way they'll stack nicely in the freezer. And I will show you how we cook these up. We didn't plan a dinner for tonight, so I pulled this egg roll in a bowl freezer meal out of the freezer and I defrosted it. So now it's thawed out, but it's still very cold and there are still some frozen parts, but it's pretty thawed out. So now we're gonna heat this up in our skillet. I've got some avocado oil here. So I'm just gonna put a few gloves of that in there. Okay, I've been preheating my iron skillet on a 4. So I'm gonna put this in. This chunk is really frozen still, so I put that to the middle. We're just wanting to heat it up and it feels warm. So we're going to serve it up. I've got a bowl of rice here. Here's our delicious egg roll in a bowl. So you can serve it low carb if you want to. And not have any carbs, but we like carbs, so I'm serving it over rice. And this sweet chili sauce is so delicious. And we eat this when we make homemade egg rolls. So we like to serve this on the egg roll in a bowl. So we'll get some sauce on there. Okay, and we'll give this a taste test. It smells really good. And some sauce. And it heated up really fast. Here we go. This is really good. A fast freezer meal, and it's delicious. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.